Hey, good afternoon. It's Ellis. Happy to be with you wherever you're tuning in from for our chair yoga practice today. Um, so for our practice today, obviously, I'd like for you to have a chair. Um, and if it's at all possible for you to set up your chair so the back is against the wall, that would be helpful. If not, if you have a yoga mat that you can unroll and set your chair on, just something so it's not going to move around. And if you can't do that, that's okay. We'll work around it. We'll find some other options today, but we're gonna try something a little new and see how that feels. I'm probably just gonna turn mine so it's against the edge of the rug, and that might be an option for you too. So, otherwise, no special props needed today unless you want something to support your feet, which is what I usually do, just depending on your height and the type of chair you're using today. I invite you to be really intentional in this next moment or two to set a space for your practice. So if that means turning off notifications or shutting the door or taking some steps so that you can have a few minutes, about 30 minutes really, for yourself today. So take your time to do that, and then we're going to meet in a seat. So take your time to set yourself up, position your chair maybe against a wall or another surface so it's not going to move, and with a little bit of space in front of it. And then I want you to place your hands on top of your thighs, and then press your hands into your thighs, and see if you can feel some length through the spine. So this is a really subtle movement. I want you to press into your hands without bringing your shoulders up, but really seeing if you can just emphasize a sense of length, a length up, and an opposing energy of your thigh bones and your hip bones down into the chair. You can close or soften the eyes down in front of you. Let's take a few more breaths here, just pressing gently your hands into your thighs. You might feel a bit of sensation in the muscles of your shoulders, your arms. Good. Now I want you to see if you can maintain the length through your spine and just slide your hands down your thighs until they're in a comfortable position. So the elbows might be slightly bent. And then I want you to imagine here that you could feel that press and lengthening up through the spine again, just like we had at the beginning. Good, and can you feel where your head is in space and where that is in relation to the rest of your spine? Can you pull your neck back, your chin under so that your neck is more in line with the rest of your spine? Or does it need to come forward? Are you kind of leaning back? There's nothing wrong with a forward tilted head, but we're just looking in this moment for a long, strong line of energy. I invite you to begin to deepen your breath in whatever way would feel best for you today. So that could be through the nose or the mouth or both. But breathe fully and audibly. And I want you to remember what it feels like to breathe with some ease. And you can return to this sensation of breath throughout the rest of our practice. And you can notice if you're not breathing with a sense of ease, if maybe we need to back down, back out of the shape, or perhaps just recommit to a full hearty breath. Okay, you can blink your eyes open if they're closed. We're going to start with some really dynamic movement with the body just to loosen up through the upper body and to get the breath moving. Through these first few kind of warm-ups, I'll be moving at a fairly dynamic pace and having a pretty quick breath. You get to decide what the pace is that's going to work best for you. So don't feel like you need to keep up with me or with anyone else that's next to you. So let's take our arms down along the sides and just shake them out. Let the shoulders feel really heavy. And what we're going to do is inhale up and exhale down. That's simple. Up, down, up, down. So move at your pace, and you can just let the elbows be kind of soft. Let this move with a little momentum. The arms might even swing behind the back of the chair and up and behind the plane of your head overhead. So keep this going. I want you to see if you can coordinate this with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And that might mean moving slower. But I want you to still use a little momentum, and that's going to help us move through this full range of motion in the shoulders. Keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Let's take fingertips to your shoulders. Elbows are out wide. As you inhale, you're going to twist right. And as you exhale, you're going to twist left. You get to pick the pace. And one thing before you start, I want you to decide if you're going to keep the gaze focused forward or if you're going to turn the gaze with the torso. If you experience any dizziness, I would suggest you keep the gaze fixed on a point in front of you while you move the torso. So again, at your pace of breath, inhale, exhale, inhale to the right, exhale left. Keep going, pick the pace of your breath, but let the breath be warming and dynamic. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the arms down and then sweep them up overhead. Good. Exhale, swing them down. Do that again. Sweep them up overhead and then hold your breath. Hold your breath, spread your fingers wide, lock out the elbows, reach up through the shoulders, squeeze shoulders to your ears. And then exhale out the mouth, cactus the arms. Arms along your side. Breathe in, squeeze your shoulders up into your ears. And then exhale with a thud, let them drop. Keep going. Again, pick the pace that's going to work for you. You can move really quickly or more slowly. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up, hold the breath, spread the fingers wide, lock out the elbows, squeeze the traps in the shoulders up to the ears, hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. Breathe out the mouth, cactus the arms. Once more like that. Breathe in, stretch up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Good. All right. Release your arms down. And let's just warm up through the shoulders. So let's take the right arm, take it across the chest, and then you can bend the left elbow. And you can wrap the left forearm around the right upper arm bone or elbow, or you can use the hand. So we're just looking for a bit of a stretch through the outer line of the right shoulder and maybe between the shoulder blades a bit. Slow the breath down. Notice if the heart rate changed or the warmth in the body changed with our warm-up. Good. Release the arms down and then swing it up to the other side. Take the left arm across and use the right arm gently to open across the shoulder. About 2 more breaths where you are. Good. Release down. Both arms up and then bend the right elbow. Take your left hand to your right elbow and then reach your right fingertips down between your shoulder blades. And I want you to see if you can push the back of your skull into your right arm. You don't need to reach very far down with your right fingertips. Just so we can get a little stretch sensation through the back of the right arm, the armpit, and maybe down the side body. Good. Keep reaching up. I want you to tip a little over to the left. Keep pressing the head back. Good. Come back up through center. And then we'll just switch right hand to left elbow, left fingertips behind. Press the head into your arm. Pause here for a few breaths. And then as you're ready, tip a little bit over to the right. Keep the head pressing back. And as you tip to the right, can you anchor your left hip down a little bit more? Good. Come up, release the arms, scoot a little forward into your chair. Let's take the hands and interlace them behind your back. If you can't quite clasp your hands, you can maybe grip your shirt behind you, or if you've got a strap or a belt handy, you can use that. But let's just find a grip of the hands, either interlaced or onto a prop of your choice. And then I want you to reach down towards your tailbone. So you might already be feeling some sensation through the fronts and tops of your shoulders. That's great. I'd like to invite you to drop your chin down into your throat. And then pause here for several breaths. And visualize with every exhale, allowing your head to relax down, to get heavier and heavier, until the crown of the head reaches down towards the floor. So all just in your head, imagining that heaviness, while on the outside, there's not a ton of movement happening. Unclench your jaw, release your forehead. Two more breaths, and if a flutter of the lips would help you relax, you can do that too. All right, keep the hands as they are, just roll one ear to one shoulder and pause there. Good, chin into the throat and then take it over to the other side, roll to the other side. Might feel different on this side, it does for me. Good, bring the chin into the throat and then lift it up, release your hands. If you need to shake out your hands or your shoulders, you can do that. All right, there's our big dynamic warm up. Let's stay seated forward into the chair and let's just find a figure four shape. So let's start by crossing the right ankle above the left knee. Pause here. And you can use your right hand to gently press down through the inner right knee. Imagine there's a weight coming off of the bottom of your right knee. Good. Okay, stay with the legs as they are. I'd like for you to bring your left hand to your right knee. And then we're going to turn this into a twist. Reach your right arm behind you. You might grip the back of your chair. And keep breathing here. Now, as we're in the twist, did you notice, did this knee want to lift? You can keep pressing down. It'll be your left hand into your inner right knee while we still twist, using our right hand at the back of the chair to pull the chest open towards the right. A few more breaths. Good, come back through center, uncross the legs, and we're just simply going to take it to the other side. Cross your left ankle on top of the right knee, pause in figure four. And again, we can start by pressing the knee down away from you. And then we're going to turn this into a twist. So let's see if we can keep this orientation of the leg the same. We're just going to take the right hand to the left knee. You can keep pressing down, and then take the left hand to the chair behind you and twist open to the left. Press down through the knee and pull with your left hand. About 3 more breaths. Good, come back through center, release the legs. All right, so we're gonna come to standing. So come to stand up, and then you're gonna face your chair. I'm gonna move mine so you can see me a little bit better. And this is where I'd like for your chair to be somewhere where it's not gonna move. So I might Oh, the rug isn't gonna stop mine. So it's gonna go here. My chair might move, but we're gonna try to get yours not to. And I'd like you to stand and face your chair with your hands on the seat of your chair. And I want you to find a position that feels okay in the wrists. So I've got my hands gripping the outer edges of the seat. You can face your fingertips forward. You can come to tent your palms if that would feel better. You could even turn the fingertips to face back towards you. So take your time, experiment with some different positions of the hands, and then I want you to find your feet more or less right underneath your hips. Knees can be soft, unlocked. And we're simply going to move through some cat and cow. Drop your belly, lift your gaze forward, send your tailbone back behind you. And then press into your feet and your hands as you wrap the tailbone down and crown of head towards the floor. All right, so keep going like that. See if you can really find the opposite sensation in each part of your spine. From the very, very tip of the tailbone reaching up through cow pose, and then reaching down towards the floor in cat pose. Similar with the crown of the head, reaching up, and then reaching forward and down. Let's do 3 more. And if at any time you need to adjust your hands, go ahead. Good, last one. And then we're gonna meet in this tabletop position, but I'd like for you to come down onto your forearms. I'm gonna remove my cushion. So come down onto your forearms, and depending on your chair, you might be able to grip the edge or the back of your chair, or not, that's okay, but we're gonna be here on our forearms, and you might need to adjust your feet so that they're back underneath your hips, and you might even take them a little wider to have a little bit more room for your belly. So let's just pause here, and let's bend the knees and then straighten them. And do that a few more times. So see if you can keep the feet grounded as you bend the knees, and then straighten them. So try not to let the heels lift, bend the knees, send them forward towards the toes, and then lengthen the legs. Let's do it a few more times. Really push. How far forward can you travel the knees? And notice your hips have to lower to do that. And then lengthen the legs. 2 more times. Feet fully grounded. Keep the heels on the ground. Reach the knees forward of your toes, and then lengthen the legs. Last time. Good. Okay, keeping your legs more or less where they are, you can soften the knees. And I want you to notice, right now we've got our shoulders over our elbows. I want you to keep the forearms as they are and legs as they are. Just start to shift the weight back so the shoulders come behind the elbows. So you might feel some stretch through your upper back and shoulders. And we're going to rock back and forth through that. So shoulders can rock forward, maybe even forward of the elbows. And then they can rock back, and you can soften the knees and let the head relax down. Let's do that a few more times. Rock forward, shoulders can travel forward of the elbows. And then rock back, shoulders come behind the elbows, release the head down. Let's do 3 more times. Really slow down at that end range of motion there. One more time. Forward, and then back. And then we're going to come back forward till our shoulders are more or less over our elbows. And then I'd say let's walk your feet a little bit closer if you took them pretty wide. Let's soften the right knee, so bend the right knee to keep the heel grounded. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So similar to what we were doing with both legs, but just bend the knee and then bend the other knee. You can go ahead and let the hips kind of shift and move. Good. Next time you have your right knee bent, stay here. Press down through your right forearm, and then take your left hand to your head. And now we're in this twist. So lean into your right foot and into your right forearm. Squeeze and lift the left shoulder or left elbow towards the ceiling. And then on your next exhale, I want you to wrap the left elbow towards the chair. And then we're going to do that twice more. So lift up, unfurl. And then exhale, elbow towards the ground. One more time, breath in. And breath out. Good, release, left forearm comes down. Rotate this to the other side. Left knee bends. Root into the forearm. Bring your right hand to your skull, find a twist. Press into your left foot. Feel free to lean the weight to the left, and then 3 times round in and unfurl. Good, bring both forearms down. You can wiggle out through the legs, so you can release the wrist a bit. All right, we're gonna add on. So I'd like for you to step your right foot forward. And you might come to your hands to do this. Step your right foot forward so the right knee or shin is against the seat of your chair. And then let's hop the left foot back a bit and turn the toes 45 degrees or so out to the left. Bring your right hand down to the seat of your chair. And then lift your left arm up to the side. So we're in a side angle lunge variation. We've got the support of the chair at the knee and beneath the hand. Let's see if you can press down through the entire footprint of your back foot, which is going to be your left foot, and feel how that turns on the left glute. Good, keep breathing. Let's lift that left arm beside the ear. So that's our extended side angle, Utthita Parshvottanasana. All right. Let's take a breath in. And now, keeping the legs more or less as they are, bring your left hand back down to the seat of your chair. Lift your left heel. So we're just turning to face forward. And then we'll take this into a twist. So left hand will stay on the chair. Lift your right arm. One more great big breath. Exhale, release down. Let's step your feet back underneath your hips. You can come back onto your forearms, and let's do about 3 of those rock forwards and rock backs. And let's see, maybe we can experiment with deepening this shape, bringing the shoulders more forward, but as we rock back, bend the knees more. Let's do one more. Good, come back to neutral, come onto your palms. And again, any variation of the hands that feels good for you. We're gonna find a side angle on the other side. So step your left foot forward. Knee or shin finds the seat of the chair. Hop the right foot back. Heel is rooted. So whatever orientation of the foot lets the left heel stay more or less on the ground. Press into your left hand into the seat of the chair. Lift your right arm. You can always take this top hand to your hip if that would feel more comfortable in your shoulder. Press down through your back foot. Are you breathing wide and full? Now let's sweep the right arm forward beside the ear, bicep to ear. Turn both hands down. Lift your right heel. Let's turn this into Parvrita Utthita Parshvottanasana, a revolved side angle. Root down through your right hand. Lift your left arm. Good, release the hand down. Step your feet back underneath your hips. Let's move through just one time. Rock the shoulders forward. Rock the shoulders back, bend the knees. Okay, we're gonna move through that flow one more time each side, and we're gonna add on something a little spicy. So let's start. Right foot comes forward. Left foot comes back. Same as before, side angle lunge. Right hand to the seat of your chair. Left arm high. Left foot is heavy. And then reach your left arm beside the ear. So we're gonna move a little bit faster this time. Now sweep the left hand down as you lift your left heel. Revolve, open, twist. Okay, hand comes down, listen closely. This is where this gets interesting. We're gonna take a side plank. So you get to decide how intense this is by deciding how far back you step the feet. But I'm gonna have my right hand on the chair, step my right foot back, and my left foot is next to the right, and I'll lift the left arm. So it will be more intense the more horizontal you are, and a little less intense the closer to the chair you are. You can bend that bottom leg if you'd like. So find your variation. You can stagger the feet like this, or you can stack them. I know we're here in side plank for a little bit. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale, and then mindfully release down. Both hands find the seat of the chair. If you need to shake out your hands a bit, you can. Okay, that's that little spicy bit for today. We'll do it on the other side, don't worry. All right, let's find our side angle lunge with the left foot forward. So step the left foot forward, left knee to the seat of the chair, right foot hops back, left hand down, right arm high. Utthita Parshvanottanasana. Sweep the arm beside the ear, reach a long line of energy from the pinky toe to the pinky finger. And then keep the knee in contact with the chair as you transition. Right hand down, right heel lifts, left arm high. Good. All right, are we ready? We're going to try our side plank here. Left hand comes down, left foot hops back, right arm will lift. Figure out your intensity. You can stagger or stack the feet. You can get real fancy, find tree pose in the legs. 3 more breaths, you've got this. All right, transition back down, hands to the chair, feet underneath your hips, forearms to the chair. We're going to do 2 more rocks. Bring the shoulders forward, and then rock them back, bend the knees. 1 more time. Good, all right, let's return to our seats. Find a seat in your chair, and we'll meet there. All right, excellent work. Not an easy one today. Good, all right, let's take our feet to the earth and take our knees a little wide and bring the hands to the knees. So we're in sort of a goddess pose variation. And then we're going to forward fold. So you're going to decide how far to go. You might just bring your forearms down to your thighs and let the head come down. If you've got some convenient furniture next to you, you might fold forward onto that. Or you can bring your hands to the floor or to a prop, a cushion, or a block. Whichever variation you find in your forward fold, let your head release down. And then let's see if you can feel your feet flat on the ground. One more full cycle of breath. And then you're going to gradually walk your hands up your legs, bring your way upright, and find a position with your body for a final little pause with your breath. Okay, so our closing meditation was going to be very simple today. It's going to be 10 unhurried breaths. That's it. This is a great little tool you can take with you when you need to tune in, when you're feeling frantic. Let's take 10 breaths. So sit tall, feel comfortable, support your feet if you need. And I like to have my hands on my thighs. They can be face down or face up. And then all you're going to do when I say it's time for us to do that, you're going to simply take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to do that 10 times. If it would be helpful for you to count, you can go 1, inhale, 1, exhale, 2, inhale, and so on. All right, so let's clear it out. Let's take a breath in. Breath out the mouth. Steady your gaze or close your eyes. 10 unhurried breaths on your own. Begin. No sense of urgency. Complete your 10 rounds of breath. And when you do, allow the breath to find its natural pace again. And begin to invite your attention back here into this room. If it wandered to the sounds, the color, the temperature of this room. I am grateful for you for making time to practice with me today and for making time for yourself to do that. I will look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day.